welcome back to Not in My Lifetime podcast, episode 33, and we are still unbeaten in the league. Everything going really well there. No issues to worry about apart from injuries, but we'll go into that later on. And also, Rodri has won the Ballon d'Or, the first Man City player to actually beat Man City at the time to win the Ballon d'Or. Before we get into all the exciting stuff, big up Danny. How you doing, mate?
I'm good, thanks, mate. How are you?
Very, very good, thank you. And Martin, all good to see you, mate. Obviously, it's like a person on the channel tonight. How you doing, mate?
Yeah, really good, mate. Thanks for having us on again.
Oh, awesome, mate. As always, mate. Yeah. Alex might be during the show. I can't sort of say when that will be, but it might be about 6:30. But obviously, if not, he'll obviously be in the comment section if need be. But let's get into the show. We've stopped waffling. Rodri, Ballon d'Or last night. I mean, I'm sure both of you have did as well. I sort of started seeing like notifications from Madrid media, of some absolute meltdown going on their end, and I'd always thought that it was always going to be Virginia anyway. I always thought it's him because Madrid PR and whatever. But as soon as I started hearing it, I thought I'm not sure whether it's some sort of news thing to try and sort of get drama and that. But then all of a sudden it starts sort of latching on to other bigger news that obviously they weren't going to be there. And then obviously you saw last night him obviously getting the award. But not just obviously we'll go on to the actual the positives and how great it's been to sort of see how far we've actually never played that quality win an award as this. The way Madrid have acted has been absolutely piss poor. Has to be said. Like the way they've acted, the way they've reacted. It's pathetic, isn't it?
It's childish, it's pathetic, it's unsportsmanlike, and they're just sore losers. How many times have Messi and Ronaldo gone when they weren't winning and they still congratulated the person who won? Haaland, he went last year, he still congratulated Messi when Messi won. And Vinicius is just being childish.
Yeah, massively. I'm going to be straight with you. Real Madrid need to grow up. They need to grow up, seriously grow up. They're like children. They've got this self-entitlement. They've got this self-entitlement. The thing that gets me the most is they won about 3 awards. They went and won the best manager, the best team. Mbappe won the joint, Muller trophy alongside Kane. All because Vinny didn't win the big one. They've thrown the toys out of the pram. So what I'm imploring for, I don't want to hear another City fan go, I want to be like Real Madrid.
What
you're going to get is self-entitled pricks that call themselves Real Madrid who think they can just dictate football. You've had it with Man United, you've had it with Liverpool, you got it with Real Madrid. Sort your bottom lip out, have some damn respect, And this is all because simply a Manchester City player won it.
Yep.
Make no bones about any of this. This is all because a Manchester City player won it. If Rodri was at Real Madrid right now or was at Barcelona, all you'd hear about is how great he is. But because he's in a blue shirt and he says Manchester City, everyone wants to hate.
Yeah.
I'm sick of it. Childish pricks. Sorry for my language, but I'm that annoyed with them. Petulant babies.
Martin, on the show, you're more welcome to say how you feel no matter what, mate. But it's what I mean. Like, you're right. And it's just the way that they think that they're this club that have won all this stuff, right? And they can act how they want. Like, look, in the day, right, Rodri, for me personally, was the best player in the world last year. When you look at the other two players in that category, obviously with the top 3, Bellingham was good to start the season. It never really sort of was. I wouldn't say was world class, obviously, throughout the year. And even Vinny Junior, like it's funny. I looked at a Madrid account and they put their own rankings up in like end of March, and he wasn't even in the top 5. So I'm like, this whole like outburst, this outcry, is ridiculous from everyone. And you're right, Ryan. It is about him being a City player, and it is because people can't handle Man City being in there anymore. Tough.
Yeah, they were trying to get They were trying to get Vinny the Ballon d'Or for 2 months of football. Where was he the rest of the season? Where was he for Brazil? It's not just for the Champions League, is it, the Ballon d'Or? It's for everything. And that's why Rodri's won it, because he was the best player overall. Nobody deserves it over Rodri. And we're not just saying that as City fans, we're saying that as football fans.
It tells you a lot, by the way. Big up to Villarreal. I know the Spanish clubs who actually went out and had a little bit of respect. There's some thing, and I'll be straight with you, and I'll make this. I made it very public over the last few days. Couldn't give a tiny rat's ass about the Ballon d'Or, if I'm totally honest with you. I'm very happy for Rodri. I'm very happy for the football club. But personally, I couldn't give a. Personally, for me, just it does not for me. It gives me a bit of bragging rights for a few days, and then I'll forget about it and we move on. Tone, piss off. You already got it on the weekend. But the simple fact of this is what you're doing is you're discrediting Rodri. Everyone is seeing what's going on at Real Madrid right now. It's imploding because it's egotistical idiots. You wanted Mbappe, you've got Mbappe. Now you deal with the Mbappe issues. You wanted Bellingham, you've got Bellingham. Now he's got his bottom lip hanging out. They've got the sad thing is about this football team is they've got proper players in Valverde and Rodrigo sat on the bench because the egotistical pricks that are sat on the pitch who were doing nothing. You've got players not wanting to pass each other the ball because of their egos. What is this? They are the epitome of FC 25. They are the epitome of an ultimate team.
Yep.
And by the way, if Xabi Alonso's got any sense, he would avoid that like the plague. Real Madrid have been a magnificent club, big up themselves, 15, 16, whatever it is, Champions League. Big up themselves for that. But I'm sorry, in 2024, you have got some egos going on there. Former presidents are even coming out saying they were bang out of order last night. The people who were booing Rodri going up the red carpet. People who were in the thing shouting Vinny. Come on, what is this? Because you've got famous YouTubers who haven't got a clue because his big tagline is saying football names incorrect, and everyone plays along that he actually doesn't know who they are. Come on. This is FIFA generation shit from Real Madrid. Grow up, sort your heads out, and just have a little bit more respect. Because the one thing that gets Real Madrid is they demand respect. You don't demand respect, you earn respect. And they lost it all for me last night. All.
They did. Yeah,
definitely. I agree that Ultimate Team and football Twitter has ruined football in a way. It does make people just focus on pace. And that's why people want Vinny to win over anything, isn't it? That's why people rate Mbappe as well.
Yeah, and that's what it is. It's all about big popular names now. Which Martin's right. The thing is, this award, right? I'll be honest with you. I really lost faith in this award last year when Haaland, with 52 goals in the season, a treble season, right? By the way, 12 goals, 7 Champions League games, and he lost out to a player who won the World Cup. Who, he was good at the World Cup, but he wasn't even the best player at the tournament, in my opinion, because he did well in one tournament. He won best player in 2024. Yet Haaland did all that success, and because it's Messi's big name, he lost out of it. And that's, for me, it's why I'm happy that Rodri won, because he thoroughly deserved it. I'm happy that there's been a bit of justice in football, that he's actually won it. But yeah, it kind of showed, the last few days have really kind of shown how toxic and how stupid people are in social media and football. It really has. But let's talk about the positives, though, about like Rodri had that achievement, right? And to be obviously the first City player, obviously, I know obviously George Weah played obviously Ballon d'Or himself, but the first player to ever play for the club and to get a Ballon d'Or while at the club, it's absolute. I was so happy, but just the fact is that I'm also quite gutted that he's injured right now, that he can't obviously go out there sort of as a player and sort of go the next game and sort of have that kind of feeling of going out the pitch, and sort of show. Obviously, I'm not do anyway, but just that kind of achievement for us particularly as well is big, but for him as well, I mean, it's deserved, isn't it? It is deserved that it should be Rodri.
Yeah, no player deserves it more than Rodri. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, I think he completely deserves it. See, there was a thing I said, I've seen a lot of, Ballon didn't win your player of the year. And the best way I could put it was there was a difference between the best player or the most important player. Rodri was the most important player for us last season. But Rodri was doing everything that Rodri's done for 2 or 3 years now. Foden had a magnificent season in that number 10 role. That's why he got it, because he went up and beyond what he normally does with his goals and assists. But Rodri, still take Rodri out of that team last season, we weren't winning.
No.
We weren't winning last season. That's why he's gone 70-odd games, it was, as a record. I think the most wins. Because that's how important he was. There's a big difference between an important and the best, the most informed for that year. And I think that's what people... Otherwise, you'll be giving it the same player year in, year out. You'll never change that. So you do need to give credit to other people as well. 100%. But Vinny Jr. never deserved it, because for a start off, I think there's about 40 names that I got more goals and assists than him last season. Aubameyang was one of them, for Christ's sake. Dominic Solanke got more goals and assists than Vinny Jr. last season. What are we doing here? Because the guys on the front of FC 25, I've got to sit homage and get on my hands and knees and bow to him. Do me a favour. Where was you for Brazil? Where was you for Brazil in the Copa America? Oh, sorry, flopping. What was Rodri doing during the Euros? Winning player of the tournament and winning them the tournament. There's levels to this shit. And then I've got idiots in the media, because he fought racism. Brilliant. No one should go through racism. And he deserves plaudits for that. But the Ballon d'Or is not a human rights trophy. It's on your football ability. And I'm sorry, how Vinny Jr. was even second, I do not know. Because Haaland was far better than Vinny Jr. and he was 5th. What we doing here? Phil Foden was 11th. For me, had a better season than Vinny Jr. Sorry, it's PR exercise.
I was going to say as well, obviously, because I remember when you were saying a space about the whole contract situation. Do you think, especially in winning this and at the club, do you think there's more chance of him signing a new contract now?
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah, that's what I thought as well. Like the way he came out and said about the club, how much he loved the club. I thought, yeah, you won't go anywhere, and you won't go to Madrid. Not after what how they reacted. There's no way that's happening. So I'm happy. I think he'll be here. I'm not saying Rashford's great.
I think they've killed Haaland. Dream of Haaland's over. Dream of Rodri's over. No chance. They ain't gonna. I'll be straight with you. I think Haaland's got more chance of going to Barcelona than he has going to Real Madrid.
I agree. I agree. Especially right now.
But But to answer your question, no, I think he'll sign a contract.
Yeah, I think so too. I think Madrid shouldn't have been awarded anything yesterday for how they acted. Even if they did win, they should have just given the award to the runner-up. If they're going to disrespect the Ballon d'Or like that.
Mate. It's just and the way they sort of Vinny is about class. Have you seen the way he's acted on the pitch in the past, the past year? Like Kimmich, where the ball kept dropping it everywhere, just getting people's faces. Like, how do you say that's like respect? I know Rodri got around someone's neck, bloody, and I'll get an idiot for doing that. That's one instance that I can remember of last year of him doing that. With Vinny, been doing it constantly. Like, you can't hurt both ways. So I'm just, for me personally, I'm just pleased that we finally got someone else other than Real Madrid getting something. Like, and you know what? Obviously, look, you would have thought it would have been De Rodri over someone like De Bruyne or Haaland winning it. But then again, it doesn't. For me, as a midfielder or defensive midfielder as he is, to win a Ballon d'Or in this current generation where everyone's all about attackers is huge. This is a massive win. I think it gives oppositions in the world a real chance that to win the award. because it should be the award. It should be about the player, how well they're played, not about how many goals they've got. It should factor in a lot of different things.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, they're talking about changing the award now to the best goalie, the best defender, the best midfielder. So what they want to do is, lo and behold, a City player wins it. Let's change the whole award ceremony around, shall we? Bit weird that, isn't it? When City start winning stuff, we want to change the rules. We want to put different rules into place. Sorry, we live rent-free as a football club in everybody's head.
Oh, yeah.
We live rent-free, and they come out with, we don't care. You know, you care a lot more than you go. Arsenal fans go on about referees because they can't beat us on the pitch. So let's have a go at referees. Because you're too scared to have a go at your board and your manager. Real Madrid don't want to look like they're bigging up Rodri. So what we'll do is chuck our dummies in, have our bottle, and we'll go to bed early. They didn't even let Mbappe go and get his individual award. It's embarrassing.
I know. And just funny, right? Both them two were quiet the whole time. Mbappe and Jude were quiet. And I've said before...
Apparently the social media was broken.
Mate, their egos are going to clash.
Were asked to promote Vinny.
This is the thing. This is where it's going to go bad for them, by the way. Like, you think, everyone's going to back Vinny Jr. Well, Mbappe will, as I said about that, so will you. So the egos are going to start clashing. So this will actually deter Madrid and will help them out. So I'm just going to say now.
The funny thing is, there was such a PR boost from Bellingham during the summer. That's probably taken the focus away from Vinicius. It's their own fault. Because Bellingham didn't deserve to be up there at all. Vinny deserves it more than Bellingham. You could say Vinny deserves to be in the top three. But if it took the focus away from Bellingham, he might have had more of a chance. But Rodri was always going to win it for me.
Yeah, he was. And I'm pleased that we've wrestled the entire football media. And I mean, people get out pictures of Vinny scoring against us a couple of years ago in a game we actually won to try and sort of get some weird picture. This is how much, right? People can say, and Martin's right, by the way, how much did they say, no one cares about City? Yet you guys constantly mention us everybody day in your tweets, mentioning 115, mentioning all this stuff, mentioning all this stuff that you're going to say, like, we're cheats, the referees are against stuff. Like, how about, as Martin said, then focus on your own clubs rather than worry about what we're doing, because maybe you might start seeing a bit of success. But again, it's all it is now. Blaming other people rather than yourselves for how bad you're doing.
Yeah, take responsibility for your own actions. Don't blame other people.
But
there you go.
Yeah, exactly. This is what I mean. And Jack, you're right, by the way. I used to be a big fan of his, but maybe not anymore, mate. After the last couple of days and what I've seen of him, mate, nah, not like. I like world-class players, but it's why I've always thought Haaland's been better than Mbappe, and people will find something to change their tune on that. So, well, about 5 years so late, but I'm happy you're actually here now, finally. But hey, people start learning the truth anyway. Eventually, it's better to just let them get on with it and know what you know. But the main thing is he won the Ballon d'Or, and I'm so pleased for him because he's genuinely he's one of those players, right, that is quite rare in this day and age. There's media like that at all. He's humble, he's lovely, a fantastic world-class player. Just focused on just winning, focused on playing football. Loves the club, loves the fans. It's kind of rare at this stage to have a player like that, really, which is sad. But when you've got a player like that in your team and someone who leads by example in his own right, for him to win a award like this, it's really sort of inspiring as well, especially the fan who sort of had not any players anywhere near that. That kind of like, I know, look, any awards the one you had painted recently, but to have someone win it is huge.
Yeah. Of course it is. For me, it's to me, it's more than huge. It's more than huge. People are right. We will change everything now. I know that sounds daft, because it's more of an individual award than it is a football club award. If you get what I mean? It's not something Manchester City are going to gloat about, if you know what I mean. But I do think it changes everything.
Oh yeah.
Maybe for a good thing, maybe for a bad thing, because Harry's right in what he said. There will be more people who want to come just to see Rodri now. That's just something that will happen. But it makes more income for the club, I guess. I don't know. It's a weird one. I think it's hard because I'm not emotionally attached to it as an award.
No,
but I've been. I didn't go into meltdown last year when Haaland didn't win it.
Yeah,
I kind of knew Messi was going to win it. I don't know.
I was the same, but I was still angry at it. Just for Haaland more than for Haaland, though. That's what I'm annoyed with. But I mean, at the end of the day, right? To have one, I wouldn't care, right, if none of our players ever won this award again. Just win it once. I'm good now. I don't see it. I mean, look, obviously, if any more happen, obviously Haaland probably win one on his career as well. Great, but I'm just focused more on the club than I am on anything else. But just to sort of have it and sort of just have a rattle everyone else, I'm happy with it personally. I'm really happy with how does effects have on the football world. But George as well, right? I mean, obviously, last past couple of days we've seen obviously in other news, but seeing obviously a certain Erik ten Hag getting sacked now, and obviously Amorim now. Everyone thought, and obviously Martin, I've been there as well, Martin. Obviously, with you watching on streams on the spaces talking about Amorim. Obviously, if the yarn obviously going to us obviously in January. Now that he's going to United, is that by the way? Is that confirmed pretty much now that he's going to United?
Yeah.
They're in discussion, aren't they? That's what I've seen.
We've had the here we go.
Here we go. Right. Okay. I think that's been off most of the day, but obviously I've seen a bit of news here and there. So it's what I mean. Like everyone always assumed. Obviously, I'm not. I think we kind of had a thought that it might be Amorim. I don't think it would be him. But now that obviously not going to be the manager now, obviously after Pep goes, I have to wonder. Do you think it could be Xavi, something like that now?
I don't know who it is because I know inside the club they were looking at Amorim. I know Jack Gordon and others have said they weren't. I think they were. City aren't going to put out that they're not. That they've lost Amorim to somebody else. They're not going to put that out in the public domain. I don't know who they're going to go for. I think part of the problem here is, and I started thinking about it yesterday. I think to ask a manager to commit into a job, potentially 18 months before Pep is potentially going to leave, is a very hard situation.
Yeah,
I think it is. I rate Ruben Amorim, and I think he will improve United. I really do. I actually, as long as he's allowed to do what he's allowed to do, I think he'll improve United massively. I do know Pep will have a say on the new manager. Whether that's right, whether that's wrong, we don't know. But here's my question: is Alonso still going to be there in 18 months?
That's what I mean.
Because if he gets the boot in 3 months, what happens then?
Well,
everyone.
Yeah, I've been rumours there. Was it from Spanish media that apparently that Perez is looking at Alonso already to replace him? So, I know it's Spanish, so you've got to take a pinch of salt anyway. The media, but it's always there's smoke is fire. So it wouldn't surprise me at all.
Company, we don't know where he's going to be at all. It's a weird one because, again, where will Company be in 18 months? Where will Nagelsmann be in 18 months? It might be someone completely different. It might change Pep's thinking on whether he does sign anything now. Because the thing is, again, if Pep signs a 1-year deal, you're at 18 months now. It's hard to convince a manager to come in, to wait on a job for 18 months. Because he's going to get job offers in that time.
Exactly.
And this is the problem we're at. And so I understood Alan's thing. Disagree with that. Don't think he plays long ball at all. I think he plays very nice, attractive football. Personally, when I've watched him, I think Alonso plays more pragmatic football than Amorim does.
Yeah,
the best way I can use Alonso is go and watch Tottenham. That's what you'll get out of Alonso. Literally a defence that is way up on the halfway line and won't move.
Yeah.
That is Alonso. And Alonso's issue at the minute is conceding a lot of goals because of that. A lot of goals because of that style. So I think there's pros and there's cons to everyone. You know, people say Nagelsmann. Maybe. Again, does it have to completely change? Do you change the whole philosophy of the club round? I don't know. These are all the questions because with City, it's not just about changing the manager. The manager has to fit the culture. So he's got to work with the chief execs. He's got to work with the board. He's got to work with everyone. And we'll see. I'll stand by what I said. I think Vinny Kompany is the emotional choice. But we'll see in 18 months where he's at. Because here's the thing. If Vinny doesn't win the Bundesliga this year, no one's going to be praying for him as the manager.
No. Because that's how.
And the way some in this fan base move, they will turn on Vinny.
Oh, they will. They absolutely
that's
will.
What I don't want. That's what I don't want. There will be people who will turn on Vinny.
Well, look at how people change. Obviously, Martin, you see it yourself, right? And so has Danny as well. But over the years, obviously under Pep, right? The way that, especially 1920, because bloody hell, that season we had injuries, right? People would change so much that season. Like their heads went because we weren't being like we were usually doing. Which look, don't be wrong, right? As soon as I saw that the point injury, I was like, okay, this is going to be a long year. But I accepted it and thought, well, let's see what happens the rest of the season. Because with football, it isn't guaranteed at all what will happen. Never is. You got to see what will happen. But you're right. This fan base, right? Not those are the ones that actually go to the game, the ones that actually watch football and report the team for what it is. The ones that just react constantly to whatever's in front of them. If it isn't going at 10 out of 10, 100%, the heads will go, and that's when it can sort of like avalanche. What's the word? Like it's sort of like a snowball effect. You know, it can sort of just keep building up if things don't go the way that people want them to go to. But honestly, myself personally, I'm happy no matter who comes in, because obviously at the end of the day, right, I trust the club.
Well, that's where I'm. If they go and get Tweedledee out of bloody Canterbury FC out back, I'm not bothered. And the people will go, "You being Mr. City again?" No, it's just because that's all you can do. The thing is, fans don't get a choice on their manager. We'll see. There's going to be no X Factor thing where we're all going to get a form and we all choose our vote. There's not going to be any of that. It'll be whatever they want to go with. And if they think Alonso, great, we have to go with it. If they think it's Vinny Kompany, then fine, we go with it. Whatever they want to do, we'll back. Because the difference is with me, if we drop down to 5th or 6th, I'm not going to start throwing my toys out the pram and going weird and going, oh my God. But I don't think that'll happen because we won trophies under Pellegrino. We won trophies under Mancini. We weren't 12th under Mark Bloody Hughes.
And also, football.
City's ran perfect. No idea on that. The list keeps changing at the minute. That's the problem. And the list will change because it's a long way off.
Exactly.
Unless Pep doesn't resign and they go and get the manager now, in the fear he's not there later on.
Because we still have no idea. Well, is Pep's still not even guaranteed yet? Because I keep hearing different news on that.
Still had no. I've been told it's agreed, not signed. This is the problem, and that question will be asked. Look, listen, City will be asking those questions behind the scene, no doubt.
Yeah.
If you sign this deal, well, 2 of our targets may not be there in a year.
Exactly.
Cheers, mate. Appreciate that. No,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it's a weird one because it's like asking someone in our own lives, you know, what house you're going to buy in 18 months, what car you're going to buy in 18 months, what you're going to be eating for tea in 18 months. It's such an hard question because none of us have got a crystal ball where we can all go, oh, wouldn't mind a bit of that. The thing is, it's like anything. We all want new toys. So I'm doing the show tonight on Foden. Everyone's going about Verts and Musiala. I've never heard anyone say Foden should be the KDB replacement yet. It's like Foden's been completely forgotten about and moved to the side because Verts and Musiala's names are in the media.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
I know, and it's just it's never going to change over. I think. Well, the thing is, me personally, right? I sort of thought whatever happens after Pep goes, what happens? You can't change that. I mean, people need to accept now. Look, the thing is, there's no guarantee it will fall off either or drop off. I'm not saying it's going to be the exact same as Pep, but we have no idea what will happen after Pep. There's no point worrying about it. Just focus on what the here and now.
Just enjoy the ride.
Exactly. It's a roller coaster at this club. You have a win stuff, everything. You have a season of up and down stuff, but it's football. That is football in a nutshell. It's never ever guaranteed for you to win anything anyway. You, as a fan, you back it no matter what. That's what we do here. You know, if we a trophy, brilliant. But there's no point of you getting on top of it. I mean, Danny, yourself as well, right? I mean, obviously, you obviously a little bit of that situation yourself, that manager situation. How do you feel about the moment with all the news about Pep and all that?
I agree with Martin. It's impossible to plan if you don't know what Pep's going to do. So you might as well just enjoy it while it lasts. You can't plan ahead. Just enjoy it. That's my point of view anyway. There's nothing to discuss if you don't know anything yet.
Yeah. It's crazy.
The thing is, right, I said before, I think when that does go, I think, and if we have a tough season, you really will start to see who the real fans really are in this fan base. The ones actually are, well, I think most people are, but I think we all know online how it is online, how often it can change. Like, obviously, but being like, that's something I was going to in a little bit then. Obviously, I was there, or almost there on Saturday anyway, watching that game. I fully expected it to be that way anyway. Obviously, I thought we should score more goals than what we did that game. But like that, with the amount of injuries that we've got at the moment, wingers and that, and how it's going to be at the moment, I expected it to be a whole different game plan style. But in the end, I thought it was 3 points. I'll take it. I'll get out of there. But on Twitter, went on there straight away after the game. The whole story. People were thinking, "Oh, not enough goals in this team. Terrible." I'm like, oh, bloody hell! Like, I get it. Like, it played terribly, but I think we're that bad at all on Saturday. I thought I played pretty well. I thought at the back we were actually all right. I mean, yeah, at times we were caught out a little bit on the break, but it always happens anyway because especially in our style of play, that happened to us. But from what I saw, I wasn't upset or angry at it. I think it's just the fact is that another day it could have been 4 or 5, but its fan base reacts. It isn't 5-0. It always will be the case that well, obviously why was it successful, but sadly that's the way it is, which it shouldn't be, but it's how it's been the last few years now.
Yeah, we made quite a few chances against Southampton. On another day, most of those will be put away. Haaland could have had about 4 or 5. It was just one of those days.
If Erling Haaland had put his chances
really
away, you're looking at that game very, very differently.
Very well.
People are looking at the scoreline, not the performance.
Yeah.
And there's a big difference between playing bad and finishing bad. And that's the problem. There's a massive difference between playing badly and bad finishing. Sadly for me, was bad finishing. You don't create 22 chances, clear chances, by the way, if you are playing badly. The opposition had 1 shot. You know what I mean? It's like, come on, I don't know what many are wanting. As I got told by coaches a long time ago, there's 2 teams on a pitch.
Oh,
Are we, gentlemen?
mate, you all right? Good to see you.
Yeah, good. I know, yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to get as much light as I can. The quality's crap, but I'm waiting for my lift. I've just finished work, so.
That's good. I mean, I obviously haven't got a lot of time, mate, but obviously I thought we'll obviously get your point of view on a few things. I mean, on the game itself, obviously you were there as well as all of us were. Bad performance, good performance.
I don't understand the criticism. I really don't. I don't get it. I don't get why people were so negative about it on Saturday. This is crap, this is boring. You might have seen me have a go at one of the lads. Well, not have a go, but have a couple of words with one of the lads on Twitter. But just saying, like, I can't understand the negativity around the performance. We won the game. We score our chances. We win the game 4-5-0. And then people look at it completely differently.
Yeah.
I mean, you should have seen me, by the way. You know, when Alex, I think you actually sit just behind me.
I do, yeah.
You know that chance Haaland had at the back post?
Yeah.
It was easier. It was easier to score than miss.
Yeah.
I don't know why we were all up, and you should have. I turned the air blue. I called him every name under the sun. That's my thing. I will call people call me Mr. Sitter. I was straight with you. I thought Haaland was shit sat there.
His finishing was awful.
Finished, but I thought he was crap.
His finishing, apart from the goal, was awful. It truly was bad. And for his high standards, that's not good enough. But it's like I'm saying, we convert those chances on any other day. It's 4 or 5-0, and nobody looks at that game in a negative way whatsoever. I had to turn it all off on Saturday night because I was just fed up with the constant negative drivel that people were spouting. Like, it was just like, it's not.
It's all it's been all season, Alex. So it's all it's been all season, and it drives me mad because we're the only team undefeated.
I know, yeah. What's the point about that?
If we're winning when we're playing shit,
yeah,
what you're going to do when we're playing good then?
Exactly my question to everybody.
You know why it is? We don't moan about refs as a fan base. We don't moan about injuries as a fan base. I was talking to someone the other day. They went, "Oh, I didn't realise you had that many injuries." No, because you don't hear about it. No one talks about it. We're not crying because KDB and Grealish and everyone's out. No one's crying about that.
Our best player doesn't limp off injured after 60 minutes when you've had a shocker.
Ballon d'Or player of the year's out for a year. What do you want us to do about it?
Precisely. There's absolutely nothing we can do. We've got to get on with it. We've got to keep moving, and we've got to just keep trying and winning games, and that's what we're doing. We're never going to be world-beating, like absolutely scintillating, amazing football without our 2 best players. It's impossible.
Yeah.
I mean, the only negative thing I can really see from the last few weeks is the creative. But there's the caveat to this is the fact that we've missed loads of chances. The creativity just isn't the same as it could be, but that's because we've got no De Bruyne. But then you look at it on the other foot, the creativity must be there because we've missed 4 golden chances at the weekend. So is it really a negative?
I mean, as well, right? Nunes as well. I mean, got the assist for the goal as well. He's brilliant in that game. Like, what wouldn't say was his best game? I think it was against Prague, but he was still a great that game. I thought Savio with the first half. I'm not sure first half. It was a bit hit and miss, Savio, but I know obviously he was. I wouldn't say it was. It tied down to him a lot of the creativity part side of it. But I want to give Nunes a lot of credit because I thought actually he's been brilliant since being in the team recently. Like he's really since Rodri's been out. He's really come into it and really sort of made it his own. Got a goal, got some assists. IB gets obviously more game time. Obviously, I'm not sure if he'll play tomorrow. I mean, what's the news about tomorrow? Is that a guarantee who's going to start tomorrow? Anyone know?
I think he
starts
tomorrow.
Half the squad tomorrow, haven't we? So I don't think we've got a choice but to play him tomorrow.
I think he'll play a stronger squad than people believe. Because I don't think we've got a choice. I don't think we've got a bloody choice. We haven't got anyone. We haven't got all these reserves to bring in within 11. I think you might see Braithwaite, potential O'Reilly, maybe Jacob Wright's about it. McAtee. Everyone else is going to be first team players. We haven't got anybody else.
Yeah,
You're still going to have to play Nunes. You're going to have to play
injuries.
Ortega. I think the back line will be maybe by the left back. Still going to get two of the number one centre backs in there.
Yeah.
It's going to be Stones or it's probably going to be Stones and Gabardio because Diaz was at Ballon d'Or, so I don't think he plays. But we noticed there was no Foden there last night. There was no Haaland there last night.
No. Do you know what? I thought that as well. I thought, have they not gone because they're needed tomorrow?
Do you know what? Would it honestly surprise you? I mean, for me, Haaland should not be anywhere near that 11 tomorrow.
No.
But
No,
would it shock me if he's suddenly in that 11 tomorrow night? No. Really wouldn't.
Nor me.
I think Foden starts.
I agree with that. I agree with Sub here. I think Nunes will take Ake, Kanji, Foden to start. Yeah. It will be one. It can't really be anything else. And it's a free hit, really, because who's really that bothered? I'd rather we win at the weekend.
I am. I'm travelling 500 miles.
How far it is for you?
Yeah, I'm going from Manchester all the way down and back.
Suppose I've got to go all the way. You're travelling tomorrow, same as me. I've got to take a bloody electric car all the way up to Scotland. It's about 400 miles on a car that's got a 200-mile range. So we're both travelling tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm on my way to Tottenham Hotspur Stadium tomorrow night with the other 5,000. So we'll see.
Be loads of us there.
It'll be great. I mean, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, never been to Spurs. It's one I really want to go to. But
you've been
before?
Yeah, I was in the FA Cup one last year. It's an amazing ground. I hate to say it, but it is an amazing ground.
Right.
I mean, the security could be a little bit less. That's the word. It's more secure than the Manchester Airport getting in that stadium. You end up going through about 15 different security areas. You get stopped at the stairs at the bottom, stopped at the top of the stairs, then you've got to go through it literally, empty your pockets into trains. I don't get this anywhere else.
This is all news to Danny because he's never been to an away game.
That's bollocks.
It's very different to Bootham Crescent away or Layer Road. Just used to jib over the wall in them ground.
I'm literally standing here waiting for my lift, right? There's a massive, I know this is completely irrelevant to football. There's a massive coach trying to turn around on a one-way street. Yeah, I don't know either.
Welcome to England, mate.
That's what Rodri was like in his first season at City. He was like a coach.
He was a time, honestly.
How do you go from Rodri to Godre?
Mate, that's brilliant. I like that name, Godri. Never heard that one.
That first season, though. Remember that now. Like,
you know what that means? That means Nunes is getting Ballon d'Or in about 4 years now.
Yes, he is.
If there's any time Alan on our channel comes out with his crappy shit, he's a tramp driver, and then 5 years later they win the Ballon d'Or, I'm like, I'll go with that. Nunes for Ballon d'Or in 5 years.
The shit house I would become if Nunes won the Ballon d'Or would be unbelievable. I'd be even more unbearable than I am.
You're already unbearable. I don't need you to be more unbearable.
No, look. I mean, Alex. Obviously, before you go, Alex, obviously, he has to go in a bit, mate.
Yeah, I've got a couple of minutes, mate.
But thoughts on Rodri and the Ballon d'Or before you go.
I don't think I can remember. Obviously, excluding Messi and the Ronaldo sort of era, I don't think I can remember a more deserving winner in my lifetime other than him, because it's finally, like I say, you're excluding Messi and Ronaldo from the debate here because that's just obvious. But for someone who's been consistently brilliant and consistently world class for not just 12 months, but 18 months to 2 years, you know, it's what he deserves. It's the least he deserves. An individual award. He's won countless team awards now, and you know, what more can you say? What more can we really say about Rodrigo Castante, other than he's just fucking brilliant.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's,
I mean, I honestly don't know how else to word it other than that. You run out of superlatives for footballers. And, I mean, I said to you boys, didn't I, before, is he in the debate for our greatest ever now? Surely he's got to be, because he's been crowned it. So I'm not saying he is, I'm not saying he is, because I agree that you got David Silva, Colin Bell, you got all them lot as well. But he's got to be up there, surely. Surely.
He will be end of his time, I reckon. He will be.
And again, what bigger compliment can you pay him?
Exactly. I mean, you wouldn't think that it'd be Rodri rather than De Bruyne or Haaland winning it, but that's the way it is sometimes in football, isn't it?
Exactly. And that just shows you how good he is. What more can you say?
Absolutely.
Right, man.
Spanish player to win it since
get myself ready.
Isn't he?
So you can crack on without me. Lovely to speak to you all. Martin, I'll see you at the game soon, my friend.
Yeah, take care, mate. Same journeys.
Have a good one, lads.
See you, mate. See
you, mate.
Oh, MCSC TV days, bloody hell. Gundogan on his first year. Bloody hell. When was that? Was that 16? First year back? Or was that 23?
Yeah,
was that?
16.
Bloody hell. Bloody, that's a long time ago now, isn't it? Is it 9 years ago now?
Yeah.
Bloody hell. Mate,
Great.
yeah. This is what I mean, though. Like, that's what I mean. Though. Like, the way that, you know, like 9 years have gone just like that, right? And I think a lot of people don't actually realise how we've had it as fans this almost past decade. Like, that is the greatest manager of all time, in my opinion, managing your club for this amount of time. To have all the players you've had come through, like Foden, watching him grow up. You know, me, obviously, I'm his age, so for me to be able to watch, as I grow up, watch him grow up into this team, and see Haaland come into it, see Aguero, all these players that we've had over the years, people don't often respect. I mean, a lot of the fans definitely do, but the ones who are just online all the time, they don't actually realise what's in front of them and what they've got. Because I tell you, right, football can change. Eras, you know, come and go. You know, teams come and go. I think some people have to appreciate what we've got, what we've seen, because trust me, it can change quickly, football. But in here and now, you enjoy it and treasure it. Because I tell you, right, I don't think I've ever. If you told me 10 years ago that City would have had a Ballon d'Or winner, I laughed in your face. But here we are. 10 years later, Ballon d'Or winner, treble winner, you know, Champions League, all that kind of stuff. Like, I think what we've got to do is appreciate it more. And that's what I mean. You're blessed to appreciate what you have, but blessed to appreciate what you've seen. And that's what I'm enjoying. Because before we know, after Pep goes, it could all change. And if it does, it does. That's the way I look at it now. Enjoy it while last football, and how well you do. But you know, I'm grateful for what I've seen live and what I've seen obviously from TV, whatever. I'm grateful. YouTube, that's what I'm at. Yeah. I mean, this is what I mean. People don't actually realise. Imagine social media when we had, like, you know, before Pep. Well, before Mancini. I think Twitter around then was still very new still. It was still very new and not very like a popular now. Like, imagine that then. Our fans reacted back then. Like, it's a whole different, completely different landscape now. But I think what I say to people anyway is just again, when you go to the games, obviously, I know you don't know way more games than I do, but I do go appreciate it even more. You appreciate football a whole lot differently in person than you do on TV screen, but especially with your team, and that's why I said to people, just, you know, it's kind of achievements and awards. Just appreciate them while they happen. There's a bit of waffle there, but I thought I'd sort of say something about that.
No, you're right.
I completely agree with you.
You've got to enjoy every moment like it's your last, for me.
Absolutely. You got to, because you have no idea what will happen next day or next year, or whatever. So yeah, that's what I think last night really did for me, was that I've appreciated greatness. It's very good. But I'm gutted he's injured. I'm gutted he can't, you know, play straight after getting the Ballon d'Or, but that's football for you. And sadly. Injuries,
Yeah,
despite
no, it is. And it's a shame we don't play for nearly a month at home.
No.
That's the sad part as well.
Yeah,
But no,
it's not-
he will get the recognition he deserves. 1000%.
Yeah. Well, I'll say, before we end the stream, I thought I'd just ask Martin and both of you about Tottenham. I mean, how do you feel about the game tomorrow? Just League Cup game, away from home. How do you feel about it?
I'm always nervous about playing Tottenham. I hate playing Tottenham. And I think they'll definitely want it more than we do tomorrow. So I think it's going to be a difficult game. I'll be happy if we do win, obviously, but I don't expect to. If we do win, I can see it being like through extra time and penalties a lot.
I mean, I'm really excited about tomorrow, and it's weird because I'm going to enjoy seeing some of the youngsters. I don't think Tottenham will go as strong as what people think they will. There's no Son, that's been confirmed already. I think they'll play some reserves tomorrow, or some lesser. I don't like calling them reserves, not first team regulars. But to me, this is an opportunity because we're talking about McAtee here, for example. McAtee's not going to get many chances, so he's got to step up. Because if he doesn't, when's he going to get a chance in the first team? He's got to perform. And if O'Reilly's got thoughts, this is what I mean. These players are going to want to win. They're not going out there going, "Oh, I don't care," because they can't afford to do that. McAtee's played 2 minutes of Premier League football.
I'm surprised by that.
That's it. Between 2 and 6 minutes, I believe. He's played his minutes in the Community Shield and the Champions League, and he looked very good when he come on against Sparta Prague. Very good. But now he's got to continue. Same way with Nunes. This Nunes thing can't just be 2 or 3 game span. He's got to push on now. I want to see it again from Nunes tomorrow night.
Yeah, I do.
This is what he's got to do. You got to push on and push on. Phil Foden's got to use it as a way of getting confidence back. You know, that's what he does. But like I said, seriously, I'm starting to think I'm not sure if Haaland will rest out. I mean, we've seen Pep today. He didn't really give anything away. So I don't know. It's a funny one tomorrow night.
That's what I mean. Because usually, if everyone was fit, right, I think you can't guess who's going to play, who's going to play. But because they've got injuries as well to add on to this, it's like you can't really rest players much anymore now because you have to play them again until players are back. Because if I'm aware, is Doku and Jax still out for this game?
Yes.
Is that confirmed?
Potentially, yeah.
Are they back for Saturday?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Is Walker still out as well?
I'm just trying to get some of these quotes up. So it's a few players out, but we're going to try and do a good game. See, a lot of it was asked about Ballon d'Or. This is the problem.
Yeah.
So this is the problem. He goes in there, and all he was asked about was bloody Ballon d'Or.
The Ballon d'Or, buddy.
So the trouble is, you didn't get a lot of. Now, whether it comes out at 10:30 tonight in the embargo section, I don't know. Because literally, I'm just going to look at all the quotes, and every single quote is about the Ballon d'Or and Haaland last season.
Oh, yeah. I wish I actually asked questions actually meant something in terms of like tomorrow, but bloody PR review and bloody news in nutshell that nowadays. But I think for me, though, I think it wouldn't surprise me if we see players like Savio tomorrow. It wouldn't surprise me at all. Is it starts tomorrow because I know everyone wants players to rest and that, but I think again, like where we are right now, we have to like accept that until players are back fit, it's a bit limited. Because again, I know we got O'Reilly in there, obviously player if you can play, Of course it is. Of course, I want to see a Rugby team obviously get game time. But you can't just put the whole academy team in there. You can't, because as baptism of fire that is. And as much as I like to see, we've got to be a bit more balanced in experience and also academy. Otherwise, it's like lambs to slaughter. Like, you don't really put out the entire academy team with a couple of players against Chelsea, lost 5-1. Like, don't get me wrong, right? It was nice seeing like Inacho playing like that, but the way that game went, lost 5-1.
Well, De Bruyne plays one. Does De Bruyne play tomorrow? Because he's training, been training for 2-3 weeks. So you give KDB 45 minutes tomorrow.
That's what I mean. Yeah, I know.
That would be amazing if he did, but I can't see him coming back anytime soon.
This is the thing. KDB's been training for a while now. There are things behind the scenes I can't go into.
Nope.
But it is what it is. You just people forget players have lives outside of football. They have families. They have lives like you, me, and everyone else. And sometimes things get a bit tricky in their lives, or they get some sad news, and it is what it is. I'm really looking forward to tomorrow. It's going to be a great atmosphere. Over 5,500 Blues down there on a Wednesday night for a third round, fourth round, or whatever it is, the Carabao Cup. It is going to be amazing. I honestly can't wait for it. It's going to be something really good. I've got a lot of miles going. I've got obviously the Brighton game, this game coming up. There's a lot of mileage going on in the next couple of weeks.
A lot of away games going on. Yeah, that's the way it is, isn't it? And our first game back home's Tottenham after the break, isn't it? So
we've got 4 straight aways now. Tomorrow, Bournemouth Sporting, and then and Amarim less Sporting now, so they'll have a new manager probably by then. And then Brighton away, and then we have a break off and we kick into Tottenham at home.
Exactly, yeah. I think that with tomorrow, obviously, if you win, absolutely buzzing if you do win. No matter what happens, I know the Carabao is the one that's a priority trophy, but it's a trophy to win that I think you should always aim to try and win. Obviously, if we lose tomorrow, it is what it is. Not sleep over it if we do lose tomorrow, but it'd be nice to see see how we do. Because in football, it isn't guaranteed to always lose or win. It's kind of like anything can happen tomorrow, in the game. But I want to see Mancunian play, a Rodri play. I want to see a bit more, a youth there, but a bit of balance. It's not just full on a youth 11. But I think just tomorrow, but eventually away fans tomorrow. I hope it's also a good game as well. Boring game. It was actually a fun game to watch tomorrow, rather than just constant 5-back dealing with
No, you're not going to get that. You won't get that with Ange. But by the way, just a quick one for tomorrow. If anyone wants to know how Alonso plays, watch Tottenham tomorrow. Then make the decision on whether you want that style.
Yeah. That's what I mean.
Very similar.
Yeah. It is very similar. But no, and that's best camera. Yeah, do you know what? I know we do, mate. I know we have a good camera. Well, obviously I want to see more get game time. Obviously I want to see Bright get more game time and that, but I know how that works football. In football, you can't have everything your own way. It's not how it works. But I'd love to see a few players get some game time tomorrow, but I'm sure we'll see what happens. Now, before we end the stream, predictions for tomorrow? Predictions?
So that again, sorry.
Sorry, a prediction, sorry. A prediction, sorry.
I'm going to go 2-1 City.
I was thinking 2-1 as well. If it doesn't go to extra time.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it'll be a narrow game. It won't be like a 3-0. I think if we do win 2-1, but I think either way it'll be a 2-1. It'll be a narrow win for someone tomorrow. But yeah, as long as we don't get the penalties, touch wood. That's all I want to get for. Just avoid more exertion and more focus then. Just like on the Bournemouth game. But yeah, I think 2-1 as well tomorrow. But yeah, bring on tomorrow. I also bring on Saturday against Bournemouth. Obviously, Bournemouth on Saturday. It's not something to think about yet. I say one game at a time, in my opinion. But before we move, before obviously end the stream, Martin, obviously you got a show tonight, about Foden tonight. Is it a tactical one or is it a normal one tonight?
The Foden show is a tactical one. So on tonight.
Ooh. Right. Okay. That'll be good then. Is it 9 o'clock tonight? Or was it a bit later on?
Our fate tonight. We're on. It's a prelude for Thursday because Thursday we're doing a squad rebuild.
Ooh, that'll be a good one to watch because I mean, obviously the whole idea of a rebuild anyway. The fan base is divided anyway.
We're going to look at contracts, players. Because it was something we did in the space the other night, man, like going at 4 a.m. And it was literally nobody wanted to sell anyone. So I said, Bernardo, no. Okay, no. KDB, no. I said, well, you can't buy anyone then.
Exactly.
Unless you're willing to get rid of people, you can't buy anyone. And then everyone was going about the Musiala reverts. And I'm like, but who played number 10 when KDB was injured last year and got PFA Player of the Year doing it? Phil Foden. Everyone wants Musiala and Burts. Now, Musiala, because he's versatile, can go on the wing. He could be your Bernardo replacement. Burts, different though. And Burts is not getting as many assists as people think he's getting. Played 9 games, 13 games this year. He's got 1 assist.
Wow. So more assists this season than him. That's mad. Okay.
It's the problem. People are after the shiny new toy, and I think we've seen what I don't want to do is bring the shiny new toys in and push Phil Foden out.
Exactly, because you can't both ways. You can't have shiny toy. So that's what I mean.
And you can't have a world class player backing up a world class player. That don't work, and has never worked at Sam.
No. So I mean, it's gonna be. I think Thursday will actually be a good show. I think because it's going to give people an idea of what's needed for us to actually have a rebuild. Because again, if you want to rebuild, you've got to sell players on that. Obviously, you want to look. No matter what, right? It's hard to obviously lose anyone, especially if you love the club for so long. But at some point, we've got to look at the future. At some point, and we've got to look at who's obviously getting older, who's obviously need to obviously look at younger. It's going to be a conversation that needs to be had at some point. But I think Thursday will actually be a good show. And anyone obviously in the chat, actually, I subscribed to Martin's channel. So we can do it right now. On the road to 5K now, right? Is that halfway down?
Yeah, we're under about 495, something like that, away from 5K.
Brilliant. So if you haven't already, guys, go over there and subscribe to the channel. As I big up to everyone on support so far on the channel. On the road to 1K, I'll sell the end of the year. Hopefully, so getting closer each day. It's a long process, but it'll be worth it.
Just trust that, like LB's put there, Martin Burts wouldn't be a backup for Foden. It'd be a replacement for KDB. But who was KDB's replacement last season, LB? 98. Phil Foden. Yeah. Phil Foden does not want to play on the wing. He said that before. You do not get the best out of Phil Foden on the wing.
Personally, I wouldn't sign either of them. I'd keep Foden as number 10.
And here's the bigger question. You're playing Liverpool away or Real Madrid at home? You think Phil Foden wants to sit on a bench? You think Burts wants to sit on a bench? You think Phil Foden's going to get 375 grand a week new contract, sit on a bench in the big games?
That's what I mean. You can't have the shiny new toy and Foden. It's not going to work. You have to kind of prioritize one thing or the other.
This is what people got to think about when they're doing it. Musiala, you can put to the wing. Burt's not so sure. Foden's already publicly said, I don't want to play on the wing, and he's wasted out there. It's like when you watch Foden and KDB play together, KDB generally goes over to the left.
Yeah, he does.
And last season, they only played together 4 times. There's double tens. But then you're losing something else because you got to think when Rodri comes back and who your 6 is. Because if you have Rodri as your 8 and you buy Zubamenda, got your 6, you got Rodri as your 8, who's your 10? Can't play 2 10s then.
Exactly.
These are the things people got to think about as they're doing this.
Yeah, exactly. And I think Thursday's show will be a good show because it's going to, I think, you might obviously know particularly as well because obviously you have that kind of conversation, but people need to actually understand that if you generally want a squad rebuild, you've got to look at the things and think, you've got to look at it rationally and think, well, if you want this player to stay here, you have to accept you won't get someone in to replace him then. Otherwise, you can't build a 40-man squad of world-class players because at some point, most of them will say, well, I'm not playing. And it's just not going to work. It's not FIFA.
You got Echeverri, by the way, who's an advanced midfielder.
Exactly.
Are we just cutting him off at the knees straight away then? He's not making it?
There's your backup, though. Oh, well, backup for moment, obviously, until he gets better himself. So,
yeah. It's going to be, this is what I mean. It's not done. Listen, people have got their opinions. But what you've got to think is if we get that player, where does that player go?
Puzzle, wouldn't it? Like, you've got to make sure things are in place.
It's a jigsaw puzzle. And the thing is, we've seen with Alvarez, Mahrez, Jesus, Zinchenko, Sterling, all moaned because they weren't playing in the big games. They were all playing, but players want to play in the big games. That was Sterling's big issue. Sterling's like, I don't want to play against Newcastle and Southampton. I want United and Liverpool. And he didn't get it, so he left. Riyad Mahrez didn't get the big game, so he left. Cole Palmer wasn't being played, so he left. Players will not sit on a bench, and City aren't going to spend 150 million on Verts on 300 odd grand a week and give Foden a 375 grand a week new contract to play him all that position.
Yeah.
Jigsaw puzzle we've got to try and be careful of what we're doing. Yeah. This is why City don't do the big, huge signings. Because we never bought a KDB replacement. Sorry, we never got a David Silva replacement. It was KDB. And this is the difference. You can't look at KDB. You're never ever gonna replace KDB. That's the big thing. You will replace him, but you're never gonna get KDB again. Same way you'll never get Rodri. Can't do it. Exactly. They are irreplaceable.
What you do is you find, you find an alternative or a different way of doing it.
Yep, that's exactly what you do.
Yeah, and so to anyone obviously stream on Thursday, check it out. I'll definitely be watching that show definitely, and also tonight's one as well. So that'll be good, and it'll be good to sort of get an idea of where we're going and where we're at. I think we need to know where we're going. Obviously, especially I know obviously we're in October, we're going into November. But considering obviously in 2 months we've got January, obviously we've got to get a player in to obviously to back up to or about obviously the midfield in January. We've got to work out what's going to be the plan going forward because people need to have conversations that they aren't prepared to have, and you need to accept that. And as part of being a big club, this is what happens. So yeah, it should be a good one. But big up to you, Martin, obviously coming on again. Always appreciate you coming on and being on the channel always, mate. Look forward to having you on soon. I'm not sure when it'll be, but obviously look forward to it again soon. Big up the chat.
Cheers. Give it a like. Yep. Support all the City channels. I think City Luke's live now. I'll show after this. I'm live later on. Support each other, help each other. We're all family. We're all Blues.
Absolutely. I like that, Martin. Yeah, everyone. Luke's live, LB live, they're live right now. Go and support, give a lot of love and support. That's it. I'll see you guys soon. See you guys.
Thank you. See you next time.